pull that gun at me, man. Don't pull that gun at me.
There's a lot of people that I have spoken with that seem to not believe me when I say that Barry's a good show. And of course, I know it's subjective. If you like something, usually it doesn't mean that somebody else is going to like it. But give this a try. If you like weird character growth, strange shows, Barry might be for you. To help, let me give you the gist of what it's about. Barry is an ex-Marine. He dealt with bouts of depression, and his father's old military friend named Fuches basically tells him, hey buddy, you're really good at offing people. So how about, while you're here, instead of being depressed, you kind of do what you're good at, and this time you become a hitman. Barry becomes a hitman, killing off really awful people, but he's feeling depressed and a little bit of burnout, which he tells Fuches, who says that they should probably shift things up a bit. That's literally the intro, and I love it because it's so simple. It's like the Invincible intro.
This could happen to the Guardians of the Globe. It means that none of us are...
Anyway, his next Mark takes him to LA. So he's hired by this Chechen crime lord called Gore to kill off this guy named Ryan, who was responsible for having an affair with his wife. They had the video and everything. I love the bald guy, Hank. He is like the best character. He's the best character in the show. I swear to God, like, Barry's amazing, but Hank's dynamic just makes things 10 times funnier.
I wanted to give him the whole...
He gets it. You're just impressed with yourself for planting camera. Trash that.
So Barry sets up everything, even getting a temporary car. He stakes out as he usually does and finds where the guy's going. He's an aspiring actor. He ends up meeting Sally, who's blocking the stairwell practicing her lines. I swear to God, she's the most annoying character, and she later becomes his girlfriend. I honestly don't know why a cold-hearted killer like Barry is simping so hard for this thing. Sorry I called her a thing, but you'll understand if you'd watched the show. She is so insufferable. Like, there's some girls and guys that are worth fighting for. She is not it. She's like a wet forest corpse that's only lying there because a villager shot it because it was trying to eat all the babies in the village. See what I mean? Barry gets roped in by Jean, the acting teacher, inspiring the girl, telling her that she's basically shit. She's not a great actress. She's not. He is there to cultivate people and to direct them, to basically bring that out of them. And Barry has always wanted to be an actor, or at least he's wanted to be something more, and he realizes this is what he wants to be after seeing how Jean inspires her to do a better job up there. At this moment, Ryan comes in, who's his mark, and he's not supposed to be involved with the people he's trying to kill. He's supposed to just go up and pop them, which he usually does. They're literally just objects to him in his mind when he's in kill mode. But at this moment, he's not in kill mode. He's tired of killing. He wants to just be an actor. He wants to be something other than what he's been. That's where some of the depression is coming from. So he helps this guy with his lines, and he's really bad at it.
Envelope is for my peace of mind. My peace of mind is worth that much, not 1 penny more, not 1 penny more.
The stupid Sally girl pulls him into their little after party.
Nick is from Florida.
Go Gators.
Then he gives his Mark a freaking ride, and the Mark gives him a book, and it's like, look, you can do it, dude. This is the Bible. Make this your actor's Bible from now on. Barry, of course, isn't going to tell him, thanks a lot, bro. By the way, I'm being paid to kill you later.
You were so chill. You just let me do my thing. You're a very generous performer.
I am?
And he gives him a hug. We're supposed to feel so bad. Like, we're watching this, we're feeling so freaking bad because this guy doesn't seem like he's a bad guy. He just slept with the wrong guy's wife. Unfortunately for Barry, the Chechen guys are like, oh, this is bad. We're paying him to kill. I know, I have a bad accent. This guy, and he's hugging him. He's not serious. So they're like, we gotta hire our own guy and then kill Barry on top of it. So Fuches, his handler, and basically like a family friend, his uncle or whoever, wants him to stay on the job. He reminds him that you're not an actor, bro. This is what you do. And those guys are gonna take you off the job. Not to mention, Fuches is also making some money off of him. Apparently, Barry did his audition, and Jean wasn't too surprised. So when Barry actually vents to him how he really feels, telling him the truth, that he used to be a Marine and he killed people, and now he's killing people who are bad people, but he feels burnt out, Jean doesn't believe that that's the truth. He actually thinks that that's a very good display of emotion, and he gives Barry a second chance to come to his class.
You go back to whatever nook of the world you call home, and you do whatever it is you're good at, because this is not it.
This is when Barry lays it all on him, I swear to God. When I first heard this part, I was like, dude, why are you doing this, bro? Are you crazy? You've been doing this for a long time. I think part of him wanted to be outed by somebody, but he straight up tells him everything.
You want to know what I'm good at? I'm good at killing people. Yeah, when I got back from Afghanistan, I was really depressed. You know.
Usually if you're in a parking lot alone with someone whom you just insulted and they're like, you want to know what I'm good at? I'm good at killing people. That is usually your key to leave. When Gene did that, he didn't believe him because everyone looks at Barry and they never think anything of him. They never think that, wow, this guy is pretty dangerous. And the funniest thing is, most of my friends who were soldiers or in the Marines, they're the nicest guys. Yeah, they got muscles, they're built, they're lean, but you would never tell from being friends with them that they're soldiers or that they could kill someone really easily. Of course, a lot of them are carrying a lot of baggage, but they can take care of themselves. People think that people who are in the Marines or soldiers, how they're portrayed in media, is that they're really scary people, but no, they are the most well-mannered, gentlemen, soft, huggy, teddy bear, fun people you ever meet. And I wonder if there's a reason for that. Maybe it's because they know that when they go out to the field, they're at any moment they could die. They just look at things different when they're not in that situation. They have more of an appreciation for things that actually matter. I don't know. I never really asked any of them, but regular civilians who don't know anybody in the military or in the Marines, they're just gonna think that you're the run-of-the-mill person who deserves no respect because you don't fit the bill of what they think is macho. And it's kind of sad seeing people just step over Barry throughout the entire show. But there is a payoff to it because when Barry finally kicks people's asses, you're like, oh my god, what? It's like a payoff for us. Like, it's so horrible. We're rooting for this hitman. But it's like it's such a big payoff because you want people to respect him. And you want to show people that, yeah, he doesn't have to listen to you. He doesn't have to be nice to you. But the fact that he is being nice to you outside of what he does means a lot. It's like being friends with a spotted hyena or with a mako shark. They paid off the end of the first episode of the first season by showing the audience exactly why we should fear Barry. When the episode started off, it started off with him standing over a dead body, but you look at the guy that he is and how he talks and how he is, and you don't think, you're like, as the audience members, is this guy really a hitman or what is going on here? And then you see him in action. When he walks over to the vehicle to finally kill the guy that he was supposed to kill, he finds out that the Chechen gangsters sent their own people who mess it up. I don't know. I think part of Barry's superpower is to make people really afraid of him so that their guns jam and stuff. Or maybe they just weren't expecting him to walk up. And oh boy, this scene was like, I was sold. I was sold when I saw this scene.
What's going on, guys?
No.
Hey.
The fact that he's walking towards the car. The fact that he's walking towards the car and everyone is freaking out. And he looks as calm as a T-Rex that has just eaten another T-Rex with sriracha sauce all over it. That sounds disgusting. Why did I use that? Anyway, the fact that he's all calm, I was like, before he even did anything, I was like, dude, this guy, what is happening right now? And then the quickness, the John Wickness that happens. Now you're like, all right, respect has been earned.
Don't pull that gun at me.
Take the shot. No.
Damn, like how good he was at that. The accuracy, the quickness. Before that guy could even pull, I mean, he was taking a long time. But I've seen Barry in these other situations where he's like the fastest gun in LA, the fastest draw. And he's like, okay, I'm kind of pissed off because those guys double-crossed me. But he's also used to being targeted as well. When his waitress comes up to him, he goes to get some food. And he's like, what do you got there? She's like, oh, I'm auditioning. I'm an actor. And he's just like, you know what? I am too. Throughout the whole show, Barry is finding himself as an actor. While everything starts to come down, this investigator detective lady is forced to start questioning things. And Gene takes a liking to her and he starts hitting on her.
I know it's what you want, but fuck you. Take out a stash house all by myself? Oh yeah, let's have Barry do it. He's fucking Jason Bourne.
After much prodding, Gene finally takes meets the detective woman who's still asking a whole bunch of questions about Barry on a date. They hit it off eventually, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on in between, but it's really sad how the season ends because she finally, the detective woman, everything is under the bus. They file away everything. The case is closed. Barry isn't a suspect anymore, except once you're a cop, you cannot ignore those instincts. And even though she's fallen in love with Gene, and Gene's fallen in love with her, she just has an instinct. When she looks at Barry, or the name he's going by, she sees his Facebook and he's posing with the kid of the guy that he ended up killing, his old Marine friend who found out about everything and was gonna say something. And she's like, what are the chances that this happens around this time? Especially when Barry says that he has no connection with this guy. Why would Barry lie about being connected with someone who's just been recently killed, and Barry is seen on Facebook in the pictures with this guy's kid? Poor Janice does not want to let it go. She sees the video camera from the car of that person shooting, and she never recognized it before because no one could see it clearly, but now having known Barry, they're friends, she recognizes him, and that's one of the scary things. When you become familiar with someone, you notice the way they walk, you notice their silhouette, the mannerisms that they have. Now looking back at that video, that's an evidence. She's like, holy shit, that's Barry.
Janice, hey.
Hey, Barry, I'm gonna need to see your hands.
Barry tries to talk to her because the last thing he wants to do is kill Janice. Janice is his friend. Janice is a love of Gene's life, who has now become his friend and as well as his teacher. But like a pit bull, as a good cop, she just can't let him go.
We're not the same, Barry, because I'm a cop and you're a fucking murderer.
He basically said, hey, we both take out bad guys. But she's like, no. Even though she knows damn well if she had the power to do that without going to jail herself, she would. But anyway, Barry had planned for this just in case. And that's something I am so pleased with because the amount of forward thinking and ahead planning, I guess that is necessary for someone in Barry's job. When people can kill you too, you have to always be thinking like 20 steps ahead. And unfortunately, he gives Janice so many chances to relent, and she just doesn't, and he knows what he has to do.
Janice, can we please not do this?
It's done.
Oh, you signed your death sentence. You see, you should have called for backup. She should have called. If this ever happens, call for backup, because at least you can tell people, hey, this is the situation, while you have the gun on him, before you start walking towards trees where he can run off or go behind you and get your gun. First of all, she's too close to him. I don't care how experienced of a cop you are. He's a freaking hitman. She was an idiot. Her idiocy is what got her in trouble. While Barry is still hanging on to this life that he cannot shake, he is dating this girl and trying to live this whole other double life that he really does want to live. The stupid Sally girl represents everything that he wants, and it's like no matter what, he can't get away from it. And that's how season 1 ended. Of course, there's a lot of stuff in the middle, a lot of stuff that involves Hank and the Chechens. Like, it's so freaking funny, all of it. I mean, this show is one of the few shows that I was like, man, I wanna keep watching this. This show's freaking hilarious, but it's also badass. And there are a lot of people who watched like a few clips online and they were like, this sucks. He didn't even reload once. And yes, there are times in some of the gunfight scenes where it is ridiculous. And I can say that season 2 was even better. Oh my god.
No, I got this. Hey, listen, One Direction. I don't think the young lady wants you talking to her, so maybe you should just get the fuck out of here, man.
Are you fucking kidding me?
One of the reasons, like, another thing, it's gonna be a little bit insane for you to watch this and keep a level head because this bitch-ass character is so goddamn annoying. She's at a party, and she is paying no attention to Barry whatsoever and flirting in front of Barry and everybody else with this guy that she idolizes. And yeah, Barry came on a little strong when he was like, hey dude, that's my girl, and she doesn't want you talking to her. Because from what he sees, it looks like she's uncomfortable. Barry is standing up for her. And I do get where he's coming from, but I would have just left the party. I don't know why she's getting mad at him, because had he been talking to a girl the way she was talking to him, she would have gotten jealous and upset.
Bloomy. Can you do the voice?
All the body language that she has. god, this stupid pissant is such a bitch. Oh my god. I don't even know what Barry sees in her. He can't be that low on himself to stoop his value that low for the crumbs at the bottom of the fucking ocean that the crabs don't even want to eat. I know it seems I'm being really hard on the character for anyone who's not watched the show, but if you watch it, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. She's insufferable. Anyway, check out Barry. This is a very simple doodle I did of my parody Land Before Time characters. It's called Climate Before Time. You can watch it on Patreon or on my Logicaholic channel.